Playing in heels. Okay.
And you're playing in heels and with the pretty nails.
I'm done. I can't do it anymore. Really.
Dude, that was awesome.
Thank you. Should we go outside and take a walk?
Dude, let's do it.
Let's go. So tired, man.
Dude, volleyball is exhausting.
Yeah.
Just think about doing that for 2 hours on end. And not just that, you're passing, you're setting, jumping, and swinging. Volleyball gets very tiring.
Yeah, I see that.
And I don't even know how you did that in heels.
Jel to Filip Kostić?
Jel on igra u Frankfurtu?
Ne, on igra u Juventusu.
Igramo u sokeru.
Sokerbet. Pravi igrači na pravom mestu.
Kurkuma Cream Hot kremu sa efektom zagrevanja koristim redovno. Preporučujem je igračima, ali i vama. Ublažava bol, smanjuje ukočenost i otoke u zglobovima i mišićima.
Potražite u apotekama ili drogerijama.
Jalen, we're walking in an October day. Autumn is here, so was it difficult for a guy from LA to get used to this weather here in Serbia?
At first, it was very hot. When I got here in August, it was 80s, 90s. We don't really use the air conditioning in my room, so there were some nights I would go to sleep and I would wake up sweating in the middle of the night. So this temperature right here is actually perfect for me. You can throw on a sweatshirt, pair of shorts or sweats, and it feels very nice. But I've been told it's going to get a lot colder than this. So that will be interesting to see how I deal with that because LA does not get that cold.
Yeah.
So I'll be quite intrigued to see how I work through that.
Mm-hmm. You were born in LA, but you lived in other cities because of your dad's job, right? It's because you were born in a family of sportsmen. Your dad was a professional football player. Your mom was a basketball player, right?
Yeah.
And your older sister, Dallas, she's a volleyball player, is
Yes.
you. So it's a family tradition sport, right?
Yeah. Ever since I could walk and hold something in my hand, I had a ball of some sort. At first, my dad wanted me to play football. I can remember him taking me outside in the yard when I was, 5, 6 years old and teaching me, a 4 or 5 step drop, how to play American football.
American football, right.
And then as soon as I got a little bit older, I decided to play basketball because that's what my mom played. And I played that for 10 years and then eventually switched to volleyball. But my sister had the same kind of arc as I did. She played basketball first. And then when she got to high school, she switched to volleyball. And then my younger brother, who's by far my dad's favorite, is the one that played football.
Okay,
and
because he was playing his sports, right? Okay,
yeah, they were just like this. I can remember them sitting on the couch watching games, watching film, helping him analyze stuff. But he does not play football anymore, but he's still very, very involved in the football world. Is always posting stuff on his Instagram story. He loves professional football. But yeah, big sports family.
Okay, you said that you used to play basketball, but why did you decide to switch to volleyball?
There were a lot of factors that went into it. One was it was just kind of getting boring. When you do something for so long, you kind of just get used to it. You kind of get bored. And if there isn't really anything to motivate you to want to keep playing, it's really hard to keep playing. And I also did not have great relationships with my basketball coaches, especially when I got to high school. It just got really intense and really competitive, and they started to see me less as a person and more as just a number on a page and what I could do for them. So I just decided to switch to a sport that was new and exciting. And volleyball wasn't very big in Maryland where I grew up. So I felt like it was an opportunity for me to do something new and start a trend almost kinda. So I made the switch officially when I was at the end of my freshman year of high school. So I think I was 16 years old, 15, 16 years old. And then I'd stuck with it ever since, and my love for the game has only grown since then.
You used to play volleyball at university, volleyball first division at Stanford, and for us in Europe, we don't have this tradition like to play a sport at university, because in America, in the United States, you're playing a sport and after that you can make a career, right?
Yeah.
So can you explain a little bit more about the training, the practice, how hard is it?
Yeah, the American system for university and athletics is a very interesting one that I've been told is very different from the rest of the world. So especially in sports like men's volleyball, where there's not like a huge professional league in America for you to play in. If you want to continue playing past high school and you want a chance of eventually going overseas and playing professionally, your option is pretty much to go to college and play. And it's a very small sport. It's very hard and very competitive to do. So you have to be one of the top, whatever, maybe like 10% of high school athletes to play Division I men's volleyball. It was quite easy to adapt to a lot of the different skills in volleyball, so I was naturally pretty good at it when I started. And then I decided to go to Stanford, and that was, academics, world class, one of the best universities in the world, on top of being a competitive men's volleyball player. It was pretty strenuous, mentally and physically. Sometimes I don't know how I did it, but I'm so happy I did. That degree really opened a lot of doors for me. It opened the door for me to start my master's and then go to Pepperdine after I graduated. Now I'm here, and I think it prepared me very, very well. Just because, when you're young and you have, a lot on your plate as a college athlete, you kind of learn how to balance all aspects of life, school, your social life, your athletic life. And here, it's pretty much just volleyball and then whatever social life you want to make out of it, minus the academics. So in some ways it's a little less stressful, in some ways it's more stressful.
Yeah. You have a master's degree in clinical psychology.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm almost done with it. I haven't finished it yet.
Okay.
But it's on my list. What I'm going to do as soon as my career is done, or even when I go back to America for the summer, just because that's a field I'm very passionate about. One of my favorite things to do is just read books about different psychological phenomena or just different theories. It's such a fascinating field to me that I love it so much. I got my undergraduate degree in psychology. Started my master's in psychology. Yeah, it's awesome. It's very, very useful.
Yeah, that's very, very interesting. But I would like to talk about your Spartak. This is your first professional team. But if you agree, we can change location. We can go to a restaurant, grab some food, and talk a little bit about Spartak. Okay?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Great.
Jel to Filip Kostić?
Jel on igra u Frankfurtu?
Ne, on igra u Juventusu.
Igramo u sokeru.
Sokerbet. Pravi igrači na pravom mestu.
Kurkuma Cream Hot kremu sa efektom zagrevanja koristim redovno. Preporučujem je igračima, ali i vama. Ublažava bol, smanjuje ukočenost i otoke u zglobovima i mišićima.
Potražite u apotekama ili drogerijama.
So, Jalen, we came to the restaurant to continue the conversation, but before I need to
introduce you to the food. Do you like Serbian barbecue? Have you tried Serbian barbecue before?
I've tried a lot of food since I've been here, and I have not had anything here that I have not liked yet. Everything has been delicious.
Great, I like this. This is amazing. That's amazing. You're not vegetarian, so you eat everything.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I could not be a vegetarian, especially here. You guys have some of the best meat in the world that I've tried so far.
I'm so happy to hear that. Do you have a favorite dish?
Definitely, it was, I think, ham and cheese that was like rolled into...
Okay. Rollana piletina.
Yeah.
It's like chicken stuffed with cheese and rolled with ham,
yes.
right?
Dude, delicious. I remember the first time I tried that, I was mind blown.
Oh, great.
I had to ask for more because it was so delicious.
So we have this here. Now, I want to hear your opinion. It looks very nice. So, but like, you have barbecue in America, in the States, and then that's amazing, this reaction.
No, stop. That is so good.
Yeah.
No, this is delicious. Like, I wish we had more stuff like this in America.
You can open a restaurant in America and prepare stuffed chicken.
I think I would have a lot of business. I think Americans would really like this.
I'll try this one. You know what is this? It's like a kajmak. It's a typical Serbian sauce. It's like a little bit buttery. It's from milk. Try it. It's very good.
I might have tried it before. Who knows?
Yeah, probably you did because you told me you eat pljeskavica, so you tried 100%.
Yeah, probably.
It's very nice. It's
I need to start remembering the names of things I eat so I can actually order them instead of just describing what it looks like and what it tastes like, because all I say is it was meat and it was very good. But yeah, like the food here is amazing.
Great.
It's so good.
Let's go back to business. Let's talk about volleyball because, as I said before, Spartak is like your first professional team. So why did you decide to sign with Spartak?
You know, coming out of college, I think I had a pretty successful last season, and I was talking to my agent just about like what options I had. And he thought coming here would be a really good stepping stone to something else later down the road if I wanted to keep playing after. Also, I just didn't have too many options, which was totally fine. But I remember when he first told me like, oh, like there's a team in Serbia looking for an opposite. I didn't know too much about Serbia. I knew it was a country. I wasn't like some of my friends who, when I told them I was going to Serbia, they thought I was talking about Siberia.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Americans. And, you know, I looked up, you know, some things about like the culture, just things about the country in general. And I really was intrigued. And I was just like, ooh, like, I won't only get to like play volleyball and, you know, get better at the sport, but like I'll also be able to grow as a person and like learn about a new and completely different culture. So I remember I was super nervous getting on the plane to first come out here, but my first week here, I settled in pretty well, and you know, it was a culture shock, and some things were different, and it was an adjustment, but you know, that's kind of like what I was expecting. So I was like super happy to have the opportunity to come here, and I've already learned so much about Serbia, about the culture, and about myself that I really think I made the right choice coming here, and I'm super happy.
Since you came here, you did amazing. You scored like 14 points to a game, right? You have like an amazing 40, 41?
I think it was 41.
41.
Our first league game.
And you won like the BBA against Bursa. Like, would you like to talk a little bit about this experience with Spartak?
Yeah. So we had a game before we went to Turkey that I played okay in, but I would say the Balkan Cup was like our first like real competition. And first two games, I was still kind of getting used to the speed of professional volleyball and just you know, the coaching and the atmosphere and everything surrounding it. And then the championship comes around, and you know, I thought going into it I would be nervous, or I'd be not as comfortable as I was on the court. But as soon as we started playing, and I just felt the energy from my teammates. Like, we're a very, very energetic and very loud team. Like, we get really hyped and we get really into it. Just feeling the energy from everybody, you know, on the court, on the bench. I settled in really, really well, and ended up winning the game. We won in 5 sets, and I had 39 points.
Right.
Which I think that's some of the most kills I've had ever in a game, like college, like now, like professionally. So getting to win that, holding the trophy with my teammates and getting medals, and coming back, when we first got back, when our bus pulled into the gym, there was like a small little group of people waiting for us, and there was applause. We had some interviews. It was an awesome experience. And then we had our game, our first league game. We went to Belgrade to play, and I again settled in pretty quickly, and I ended up having 41 points that game. And it's awesome because, you know, I'm an opposite, so my job is pretty much just to kill the ball and block the ball. Yeah. So in order for me to do that, like, we have to be able to pass. Our setter has to be able to put the ball in the right spot, and then, you know, I have to be able to finish. So, like, everything that I'm able to do is a lot in part due to how good my teammates are and like how much trust they have in me. Like, our libero is amazing. Like, he'll make some of the most insane digs I've seen, just like they're nothing. Like, just pop it straight up.
You know, what I wanted to ask you, because you came from a different environment. How are Serbian coaches from your point of view?
They do not sugarcoat anything. They do not beat around the bush. If you do something wrong or you do something that they do not like,
they're gonna scold you.
They will scold you repeatedly and very loudly. And, you know, it's a little different than it is in the U.S. I think a lot of the coaches there, I wouldn't say sugarcoat things, but like, they try to be a lot more gentle. But I definitely have noticed that, like, I'm able to like make adjustments very quickly, and I'm able to get out of my own head, like, with my coach yelling at me, like, when I make a mistake. And, you know, at first it was a little like, wow, like, they're intense. But, like, I'm starting to realize that it's actually a pretty good system for me. I've adjusted to it pretty well, and I don't take it personally at all. So, as surprising as it was, like, I'm pretty happy with it. Like, it's pretty cool.
And most of the time he's like screaming in Serbian. Unfortunately, oh, thank God, you don't understand.
Sometimes
you don't understand at all Serbian when people talk.
I know the swear words.
Okay, of course, of course.
So I can tell when he's angry and when he's yelling, you know, and he's mad. But there's sometimes that he's yelling and he won't necessarily use words that, like, I recognize as being like, okay, he's mad. And I don't really know what he's saying. And I just kind of like look around and try to gauge, like, off of my teammates' faces, like, do I need to be scared? Like, is he like about to like make us do push-ups? Or is he just trying to explain something? Because sometimes he's not yelling, he's just trying to like explain something or like get something across. Our coach is awesome, I love him. He's a great guy.
What's your biggest goal with Spartak this season? So you have a lot of important games, so what's the goal of the team?
I think, you know, ideally it would be to win everything. So I know in an ideal world that would be our goal. So I would say just as a team, like, we want to be the best that we can be. We want to compete at the highest level, and we want to be in the finals of whatever we're playing in. And I think we have a really good team to do that.
I'm sure you have the quality to achieve whatever you want. So I wish you a lot of luck. to you and the team, and we need to wrap up in this moment. So if you want to send a message, you can look at the camera, this camera right here. If you want to send a message to the audience, to the fans, you can do it.
Okay. First of all, thank you, Serbia, for welcoming me so warmly. Everybody has been so nice and amazing to me since I've been here. So hopefully we can provide you guys with some entertaining volleyball, and I can meet some of you at our matches later on in the season, because I love meeting people, and it's just an amazing opportunity to get to be here. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jalen. Thanks.
Thank you, Christina.